In this video, we will talk about how to condense logarithmic expressions. So there are three rules to remember when we're condensing logarithmic expressions. The first is, if we have log of m times n, that can be rewritten as log of m plus log of n. The second rule is, if we have log of m divided by n, that can be rewritten as log of m minus log of n. And the last rule is, if we have log of m to the power of k, that can be rewritten as k times log of m. So let's work through a few examples. Let's say we have log of x plus log of y minus log of z. How can we condense this logarithmic expression? Well, looking at rule number 1, we saw that if we have log of m plus log of n, that can actually be rewritten as log of m times log of n. So if we just focus on these first two terms right here, we can rewrite that as log of x times y. And this third expression, we have a subtraction. Remember when we said log of m minus log of n? The n can be written on the denominator right here as a fraction. So if we have log of x plus log of y, that's x times y. And then if we have minus log z, whenever we see a minus sign, that means we can throw that on the denominator. So we can put the z down here. So this would be our final answer. Log of x times y over z. That's how we can condense this expression. All right, let's check out another example. Let's say we have 3 times log of x plus 7 times log of y. How can we condense this expression? Well, we saw that if we have something in the form of k times log of m, we can rewrite that as log of m to the power of k. So what we can do is we can take this 3 and we can actually write it as a power. So x to the power of 3. And we can do the same thing with the 7. We can take the 7 and we can say, actually, we'll rewrite this as y to the power of 7. So we could write log of x to the power of 3 plus log of y to the power of 7. And now let's look at rule number 1. We saw when we have log of m plus log of n, that can be rewritten as log of m times n. So actually, we can rewrite this addition right here as log of x to the third times y to the 7th. And that will be our final answer. So that's how we can condense this initial logarithmic expression into this new expression, log of x to the third times y to the 7th. All right, let's try one more example. Let's say we have 1/3 log of x minus 1/4 log of y plus 6 log of z. How can we condense this expression? Well, we can start by using rule number 3. If we have k times the log of m, that can be rewritten as log to the m to the power of k. So right here, we can take this 1/3 and we can say, this is actually log of x to the 1/3. We can do the same thing with this 1/4. So we'll write y to the 1/4, and we can do the same thing with this 6. We can say z to the 6th. So this can be rewritten as log of x to the 1/3 minus log of y to the 1/4 plus log of z to the 6th. Okay, and now we can recall that when we have log of m plus log of n, that can be rewritten as a multiplication. And similarly, when we have log of m minus log of n, we can throw the n on the denominator of a fraction. So if we rewrite this whole expression, we can say log, whatever values have a positive term. So for example, this is a positive, and down here we have a positive log z of 6. The positive terms can be written in the numerator. So we would say x to the 1/3 times z to the 6th. And whatever terms have a negative sign, so negative log y to the 1/4, that can be rewritten in the denominator. So we'll say y to the 1/4 can go in the denominator. So we have log of x to the 1/3 times z to the 6th all over y to the 1/4. Our last step is we just want to rewrite any of these terms that have fractions as exponents. So we want to write our final answer as log of, instead of x to the 1/3, we can say the cube root of x times z to the 6th. And instead of writing y to the 1/4, we want to say the 4th root of y, like that. So this will be our final answer. That is how we can condense the initial expression. Thanks for watching.